Welcome to Let's Bet Experts episode 4. I've lost count. We were on a little break there because, school's out of session.
Yeah, we're back, man.
Yay.
The boys are back in town. Woo!
Yay. I'm glad we got the podcast back. I'm kind of not glad. I'm 11 grand in the hole now. But anyways. So, first area of today's episode is, NASCAR. And before anyone says anything, yes, it is a sport. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
They sweat and lose like 10 pounds every race. So,
I will not wear those type of, the drivers. Must be ridiculous. And I seen their training regimen, like how they would do like their controls, like their head. It's pretty intense.
I would like to see an average Joe just hop in one of those and be like, I can do this. Yeah, go hit a wall at 200 miles per hour and see how you feel after. Go barrel flipping down Talladega 60 times.
That sounds
Anyways,
very...
That rant is over. I got another one coming later on. Have fun with that one. Next week is a Busch Clash. Not Busch Clash anymore. It's the LA Clash. But it's the little exhibition race NASCAR holds. And instead of like a trophy the first place, they're actually having podiums. And they're going to have bronze, silver, and gold, kind of like the Olympics, which is awesome. Trying to make NASCAR more diverse to get more people to watch it.
I think this is going to be I think this will probably bring your viewership to the highest level in a couple of years.
I feel like it will. Also, with having Wiz Khalifa perform a
really
halftime
big.
show.
That's
Dixie
really big.
D'Amelio's also going to perform there.
NASCAR is really going out for the LA Coliseum, which they always should, because it's really entertaining when you bring in a lot of different groups of people in. So, bringing Wiz Khalifa, I was like, what? I was very shocked. But, you're like, yes, do this more. Bring eyes to the product. So, it's pretty cool.
Later on, there's a Chicago street race where they're going to have Miranda Lambert. I think that's one Dixie's at. I'm not 100% sure. I know there's a lot more groups there. I had to look it up. I'll have more info next week for y'all. But there is a lot of performers performing. There's a couple big races, know. The Daytona 500's 4 weeks away. Actually, it might be 3 weeks away now. And they got next week is the Clash, and then 2 weeks after that is the Daytona 500, so 3 weeks away. It's going to be a lot of fun. NASCAR fans should get excited because the popularity of the sport's increased, and finally. Only took them 20 years for it to increase. But, hell, Frankie Muniz, the actor, is driving NASCAR
Malcolm in the
now.
middle, man. Malcolm in the middle. No, I think it's great. It's going to bring way more eyes, a lot more attention to viewership. So I think this is going to be a really big, seriously, a big year financially and, ratings-wise, I think, for NASCAR. Just bringing in viewerships and different, athletes, because, this is the training regimen. Just go on YouTube looking how NASCAR drivers train. It's pretty intense. They're how they train their body, eye coordination, their timing has to be perfect. So bringing more people into the fold, I think it's gonna be really awesome for the sport.
And iRacing is also benefiting a lot from this as well. If you haven't heard about iRacing is like a little sim racing rig where it's actually realistic too. So professional NASCAR drivers and everybody uses this to get better at the tracks and run more laps at the tracks. So,
and it's also a few NASCAR drivers came up through iRacing, like William Byron.
I have never tried iRacing. Is it cool?
It is very, very nice.
It's actually pretty cheap to get it up and going. The most expensive part is probably the PC, in my opinion. Just to have the minimum, the PC is worth a lot. I looked it up with inflation and all that now. The minimum PC is going to cost $1,000.
Ooh.
Which is ridiculous, but my laptop runs it perfectly fine, but I got no graphics. Oh well. Anyways, just this year there'll be an Xfinity Series driver that I'm pretty sure won the Coca-Cola Racing League. I don't know who it is, but I did see something about that. Looks like the guy behind the camera is looking it up for us.
Yeah.
But more and more drivers are starting to come up through iRacing, not the normal short track, dirt track, local speedway way, which I think is pretty cool. It's cheaper for people too.
Oh yeah. So
it's way cheaper.
And just getting more people, because look, a lot of people can't go on like dirt road tracks to do like the old fashioned way, which is still cool. No, like
Yeah.
but like I think it brings more like drivers onto to bring their best, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well,
So the champion you're talking about for the iRacing League is Casey Kerwin.
did he sign the Xfinity Series?
I'm actually going to double check that if the mouse would work.
I do know another iRacing driver did sign. I think it was like the 37-8 car. One of those numbers in the 30s. I think he's with Alex LeBay Motorsports or something like that.
Kerwin. Nah, I just see him winning the title for the iRacing League.
So we can confirm or not confirm that he has signed.
Look up new Xfinity Series drivers. I know Cole Custer got moved down.
Yep, he's going to be with Riley Herbst in Xfinity.
Riley Herbst, I'm pretty sure, started on iRacing now that I think about it. I don't know if he started in dirt track. I know iRacing is becoming more and more popular, which I think is pretty cool.
Okay, let's see here. So nope, he's been there. Jesse Iwuji's been there.
Can you sort it by numbers like 30s?
I don't know. Raj Caruth.
He's in the truck series, but I'm pretty sure he did do iRacing once.
Oh yeah, big switch from Brandon Jones over this season. He's racing for Junior Motorsports.
Yep. He left Joe Gibbs and said, screw you.
Connor Mosak, does that sound familiar?
What number is he?
26.
What's his age?
Xfinity.
No, like what his age?
Whoa, that's so cool. All right.
What's the dude's what's his number 26?
26, yeah.
What's his age?
1999. 23?
So he's not 19, okay. I could have sworn I saw something on a YouTube video about a 19-year-old iRacing driver getting signed.
Wow. 19. Woof. That's
I think his number was 36. It's like 30 something.
36. Let me look.
damn. Jacob's determined to find out who it is.
I want to know who
Oh,
it is.
Alex LeBay.
He is not 19. He's been in the league for years. Crud, what is his name?
We will find that out later. But
Yeah, I
another,
guess.
in other NASCAR news, I don't. Oh, my bar is down there. Hold on. In other NASCAR news, Kevin Harvick is going to call it quits after this season.
Yeah, that wasn't a surprise to anyone. I think everybody knew it was coming. He's getting up there in age. He's been racing since, 2001? So,
That is the man that filled in for Dale Earnhardt after he passed away in the 2001 Daytona 500.
Actually, another fun fact. So, Frankie Muniz was at that race, and he said good luck to Dale Sr. wearing a jacket with the dude that wrecked Dale Sr. that ended up killing him. So, let's hope Frankie doesn't have any tragic stuff happen to him, but that's kind of ironic.
Less. Okay, on
I
to
said
other
hope he
sports.
doesn't.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. So the Sabres are out of the playoff picture right now, but they're 2 games back, right?
One.
One game? Okay, game, yeah. So it's very tight-knit. Rangers are in it, so I'm kind of happy in that right now. So, but, season's still not over. Still got a long way to go.
Still got February, March, 3 more months.
Yeah, so still a long way.
But that's not that many games, though. That's like maybe, I think they have like maybe 2 games a week.
When's the All-Star break?
All-Star break is February.
Okay,
I don't know.
so we're getting there.
I don't know, like, who is in there. Like, I don't know. I know Tage Thompson. He's having a hell of a year right now. I mean, like, he is going off. I think that's pretty awesome for him. I think he needed that. I think the Sabres needed that as an organization. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, great goalie.
I can't say that name. That's why you're
Try it.
Say it again.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Luka Pekka-Luukkonen.
Wait, Luca. Wait, say it again?
Uka
No, say it like the entire thing.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Nope.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
There you go.
I can't say it, so we're gonna stop.
People just call him UPL.
That is a
Oh, that's better.
Mouthful.
UPL. There you go.
I think he's from Sweden.
It's not. It's no offense to him, but like you don't want to say his name wrong. So
yeah.
UPL.
I
So.
don't even know how to spell that.
He's a rookie and he's having a great year. I think he has like 7 or 8 wins as a goalie. Another dude, a former Saver, that's having a great year. Giannis Allmark.
Do you regret it?
I don't regret it.
Okay.
I think it's a win-win for both teams. The Bruins Sabres actually beat them. Sabres are one of the few teams that gave them one of those L's.
You feel real proud of that, I see.
Yeah. Allmark, he's having a great year. I think he leads the league with like 20-some wins. He's like the fastest goalie to ever get to 20-some wins in NHL history. So if he doesn't win the goalie, I don't know what the goalie trophy is called. I forgot.
Is it close? Is this close this year?
Huh?
Is it close this year? The goalie competition, like.
Oh my
who's the
God.
best?
No.
What happened?
That is how you spell his name.
UKKAPEKKAUL, right?
Nope.
Nope. UKKO-PEKKA space LUUKKONEN, and he's from Finland.
Okay, so I just spelled the first one wrong. I know how to spell everything else, but yeah. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
From,
Nope.
Ukko.
Still
from
not saying
Espoo,
it.
Finland.
Yeah.
Still not saying it.
It's
UPL,
UPL.
my man.
I mean, it's kind of hard to get that out when you're like trying to. Oh my God! What a great save by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen! Like it's like
That is
And a nice snag by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
it's like a nice sag by UPL makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, as like if you're like being like I want to be a commentator, right? So if that's a really long name and you want to say the player's name right and you want to respect them, because they're athletes out there risking their bodies and you don't want to mess it up. So UPL is way more easier. So
I remember. I think there was like half the hockey players. I don't know where they get their names from.
Probably born to him.
Like Okay, very funny. Lundqvist is another one.
Lundqvist.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's-
I could say that.
You can't say Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
I'm not saying that.
Is there too many K's in there for you?
No, it's a tongue twister.
Dude, that's
for me.
like 6 Ks.
I know, right?
It's a tongue twister for me.
It's like God was like, okay, how many K's do you want this in the family's name? Here you go.
Yes. Yes,
like-
that's how many.
It's like, here you go. 6. You get 6 K's to do whatever you want with.
my god.
It's ridiculous. Half the stuff that is like named and like hockey players have like the best, also weird names. Have you ever heard of the Yaka Motosudo? Tara. Oh my God, I can't even say it.
Breathe, man. Breathe.
It's a fake player the Sabres came up with because I think it was like a 19-something draft was like so boring. They came up with a fake player from China, Taro Sadimoto or something like that. If you look it up,
They did that?
yes, Taro.
This was for the NHL?
Is that even
Yes.
is that even allowed?
Oh, they got fined heavily for it.
I was about to say you can't do that.
Taro Tajimoto or something like that.
Oh, yeah. It's Taro Sugimoto.
Yeah,
Sugimoto.
They made up
Wow.
a fake player, and they got all the way
Oh.
until training camp with it.
Oh, is the name of the fictitious? What the hell?
Man, we
English?
are really messing up. Wow,
Dude,
man.
the title of this podcast is gonna be "Words Are Hard."
We're gonna be rusty, okay, people? Just
I'm a fictional ice hockey player who was selected by the National Hockey League's Buffalo Sabres in the 183rd overall pick in the 11th round of the 1974 NHL amateur draft.
oh my god, that's still like less than 50. Oh my god.
it was like back
49
then.
years ago.
It was like back when like nobody knew. It was like the second year of the Sabres organization, and there wasn't like technologically obviously where it's like computers like, oh, he's fake. You can't do that. They made him up because they were bored.
Okay.
They made it all the way to training camp,
Okay.
which is hilarious.
Okay, I have a question for you. So let's say the teams are slumping right now, right? After how teams will be before the All-Star break will be slumpy, but after they're hitting their stride. Who do you think that team was going to be?
Sabres. I think it's going to be the Sabres. You
Who
want to know
else?
why? Because, Sabres perform better when they're under the radar. And where they are right now, under the radar.
Okay.
They have one player in the All-Star. People are writing them off saying, oh, they'll have a good year, but they just won't make the playoffs. I think the Sabres are going to be that guy, be that team. Be that team
So let's say be a guy.
that will overestimate Well, okay, I don't know how to put this, but they will be that team to surprise everyone.
Okay.
They are currently a game out of the playoffs, and the teams that are above them, they already beat twice.
Who's above him?
The Capitals and the Penguins.
Okay.
If they keep this stuff going and they keep winning, I feel like you'll be seeing the Buffalo Sabres in the playoffs, and you'll see Rick Jeanneret
Another
back in the
team?
booth. Huh?
Like one more team.
I think the Devils will start to get back together. They
I
did
mean,
kind
they-
of fall off.
Do you think they're gonna? Okay, so what team that's riding hot right now, and who's gonna just fall off after the All-Star break?
Riding hot right now. It's a long shot. It's like shooting an arrow to a target like 500 yards away.
I can't see.
I'm gonna say the Bruins.
Wow, that's
I
bold.
think they're gonna get hot headed and like say they can coast through everything, and then they're gonna end up choking.
Okay.
Like I said, that's a long shot, but I think that's my take on that. Maple Leafs, they're gonna choke first round as I always do. They can't seem to get past
Bold
the first round.
prediction. I want everybody to clip this right now. Clip it. I don't know if this is gonna be a bad prediction or like a really like, oh my god, they actually did it. The Toronto Maple Leafs will go to the conference championship. I don't know. I just
You're joking, right?
it might be one of those years.
So they only have like 60 points right now, and I'm pretty sure they still play the Sabres like 6 times in like the next 2 months.
I don't know. It's just a gut feeling.
Sabres don't have a game. I don't know when the next game is. I'm not 100% sure when the next game is. Oh well.
All right,
I should probably know that, but oh well.
On to our next topic. Oh man, I can't believe the man from Pittsburgh is going back home. Andrew McCutcheon. I'm really happy that he's heading back to a pretty good situation in Pittsburgh. I like what they're doing over there. They're really good. They're very young. They have veterans there. It's a pretty good mix up. I'm happy that he's going back. It's gonna be really exciting to see. Honestly, MLB news has been, cool. There's haven't been other big signings or like anything happening until spring training. Honestly, I do see Pittsburgh making a splash, like winning more games. Could make the wild card. I don't know about that. Might be a reach, but it's gonna be really exciting and like a very emotional season for Pittsburgh because I think Andrew might retire this year. I think it might be his last year.
It's kind of what it's sounding like because who did that with? It was Pujols last year.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Pujols.
Pujols went back to.
And
St.
it's
Louis.
the Detroit.
Oh God, I forgot he's retiring.
Yeah, after this year
Miguel.
too.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
Wait,
it's gonna be
huh?
a very emotional season for a lot of.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm gonna get his jersey.
I'm just
Gotta
over
get his
here-
jersey.
I'm just over here like I don't know who you're talking
Oh
about.
my God, I forgot Molina retired too.
Yeah, Molina
Oh.
retired. Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, so a lot of players are coming in, but at least we. I think the MLB is gonna be in good hands for a very long time. They have so many stars. They have so many superstars on their hands right now. So
They have so many players just in the MLB period. I mean, you got AAA, Single A, Double A.
But yeah, that's how it works. But no, I'm just saying, like, face of MLB, like, you don't have to worry about that. You really don't have to worry about that anymore.
Who's the current biggest star in the MLB?
Right now? Probably Judge.
I would say Judge as well.
It's close between
But-
Judge, Trout, and
Otani for, like, international purposes?
maybe Otani.
Maybe for international
So-
purposes.
Bold prediction: cover of MLB The Show 23. Who's going to be?
Oh boy, I've heard so many things about that. It could be Julio Rodriguez. Could be.
I love Julio.
They could do.
I want to see Julio to do
I
it.
want
they
to
could
say
do
Judge,
Miguel.
but I don't think it's going to be
Miguel?
Judge
They
because
could do
Judge was
Miguel
18.
again because he had one cover before, I believe.
I don't.
I think it was like 2013 or 2014.
I don't. Or they can do Pujols for, like, the Legend Edition. I don't know.
Well,
Wow.
Judge was the cover of 18s, but I think that's too soon to do.
No,
Judge
don't
again.
do it again.
Yeah, they won't do that again.
I mean, they're not like 2K where
If
they
if
just
I was
throw whoever
MLB,
the hell on the cover.
hey MLB, if you're watching this, Julio Rodriguez, please. He is freaking fantastic.
There's one thing I will say about 2K. They didn't fumble the bag in 20 with Kobe. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that was a good.
They could have easily fumbled the bag and been
Can
like,
you
"Oh,
believe
I
it's
don't
been
care."
3 years, man?
Yeah, it's true. That's crazy.
That's time flies like this, man.
And people still say it's too soon to joke about it.
No, like it's like crazy because I remember where I was. They were like, he passed away. That was all over. I was like,
I was
no.
playing 2K. Funny story. I was playing 2K with Kobe, and my dad comes in and goes, "Oh, Kobe Bryant just died." Yeah, I
don't know
remember
if that's
that.
a funny story.
No,
I really don't know if that's funny.
no.
I don't know if that was funny, honestly.
think it
it's, I think okay, it's ironic.
It's ironic. Or
Yes,
like,
there you go.
There you go. It's ironic because, it's just he was like so young, man. It's sad. It's tragic. On to our next topic.
Oh God. Oh boy, here we go.
Great.
Oh,
Oh no. And ladies and gentlemen, he now has the floor. Camera's on you.
Oh,
Look into that camera.
Divisional round.
look into the camera. Let it out. Let it out, man.
I'm just at a loss for words at this moment. Still, it's been a week, almost two. Oh, actually, it'll be a week tomorrow. Bills, come on. I get half your defense was hurt. I mean, you've had Von Miller. I don't know if your D-line couldn't slip or you were just too mentally exhausted from everything that happened this year with you guys, with the 2 storms, DeMar Hamlin, all the other stuff that went down, the shootings over the summer. I don't know if you were just too mentally exhausted from that, but you literally looked like a high school team out there. You know what you need to do? Fire Ken Dorsey. This is not Madden. This is the real life, and you can't run the ball until 3rd and 2 and then yuck it down 20 yards to Stephon Diggs and expect it to be good. You know what Brian Dable did? All what you had to do was copy him. Easy. He literally handed you the keys to a goddamn Lamborghini. You just have to learn how to drive.
He traded in for Honda or Toyota.
This ain't Madden. You can't just huck it down 20 yards and get the special animation you get for aggressive catches. You need to realize Bills don't have a run game right now. You want to know what their run game is? Little short dives off to Singletary or Cook. That is the Bills' run game. That is how they open up the offense. You know what you do in the offseason? Get new old linemen. Running backs. Don't get a new running back. Get offensive linemen that can block. Do good. Get rid of Ken Dorsey. Or just sit him down and be like, you're dumb. Do this. Or Sean McDermott. Take control of the defense. Leslie Frazier, I don't know what the hell he was defending. There was one play where they had everyone back and they just needed 7 yards to get a first down. It's like, come on. Do better. This ain't Madden.
I know you have more to go. Just continue. You can continue. If you want to let it,
And the fact that Sean McDermott was a nominee for head coach of the year is absolutely ridiculous.
he's a nominee?
He was.
Oh, okay.
But, I get, it's hard to coach all the stuff that happened, but he lost in the divisional round. It wasn't special. It's like coaching a bunch of, I don't know, Lamborghinis. I don't know. Yeah, you get a good grip of talent on the court, on the court.
I've never heard anyone coach a bunch of Lamborghinis before.
I'm just so frustrated at being a Bills fan.
As Colin Cowherd says, you're Mike Tyson. Not got punch. You need to add a jab. We
have a jab. You want to know what our jab is?
What?
Little crossing routes, Singletary or Cook. That worked with Dable. That's why our offense, that's why Allen only had 5 interceptions with Dable. He did the same thing with Daniel Jones.
Congratulations to Brian Dable being coach of the year. Just saying.
Yeah, it's set in stone. He's coach of the year. I don't care what anyone says. But it's ridiculous. You need to learn how to run an offense. You guys are so hyped up because of what Dable did. And then you came out, first game of the season, smoked the reigning Super Bowl champs. You said, I don't care you're raising a banner. I want to go raise one of my own. Then after you lost to the Dolphins, and after Allen hurt his elbow, it's what the hell? It's you're not even a team anymore. Come on. Do better. The fans are so frustrated with you because we know that you're good, but you just continue to disappoint us every single year. Okay, I'm done.
Hey, buddy. I'm going to say I'm really impressed that you did not curse. A lot.
I did say the H word, though.
But But I'm saying like
People say hell all the time. It's a
Fine.
place.
But like, I'm surprised you kept your composure in a very professional way. Like, you didn't be like, F this, like, you were like, fire him, fire this. Like, you were very, like, poised. I was expecting a little bit, like,
Just
angry face, like.
hey, here we go. Start bleep.
But
Hi,
no.
bleep.
So,
And look at this, please.
yeah, so Bills' disappointing season, end to the season.
Eagles will win the Super Bowl.
Let's see about that.
Brock Purdy's going to choke under pressure.
We'll talk about that later. But yeah,
Oh no, it happened again.
and
Oh,
my take. Oh my god. I don't know what else to do with you guys personally. Like, obviously, you know, you guys are gonna upgrade the Bills team. The Bills team. Obviously, interior guard. You guys need more inside offensive linemen. You're gonna
Okay. The Bills can have a perfect offseason right now. They signed Poyer, which was stupid, in my opinion.
I don't like that.
They should have re-signed Edmonds, let Poyer and Hyde walk.
Do you know where do you think? You know where I think Edmonds might head?
Steelers,
I do like that too.
because his brother.
I do like the brother aspect, but I don't know if Steelers have like that much cap space.
Unless the Bills are going
Because
to
the
restructure.
Steelers are gonna have to pay.
The only reason I think Edmonds might stay is if they restructure a bunch of contracts to get
but that's
to
a
go to
lot.
the signing
That's
bonus.
A lot. That's a lot.
I mean,
as
or he takes a player friendly deal.
I could see Edmonds, because I could see Edmonds either with a coaching familiarity, or Pittsburgh. So, where would he go if he leaves Edmonds?
I think Giants.
I was gonna say that because Dayball's there, and they need a linebacker, like a legit linebacker. And I think the Giants, I could see him with New York. He likes to blitz, and he's perfect on that Wink Martindale defense. Other than that, some other news during our break was the Wild Card weekend, and Tom Brady is a official free agent, and there's
He's
some.
going to Miami.
I don't think he's going to Miami.
He's going to Miami.
He's not going to AFC, not that conference, because they're loaded.
Either that, or he's going to finally be like, I'm retiring because I'm old and I suck.
Well, the reason why I don't think he's going to retire, let's say hypothetically, right, he would be in the conference championship right now, and then he lost it, right? I think he's going to be fine with that, unless, like, because this year was a meltdown for the Buccaneers. Like, defense looked very aged. The offense didn't look good. Like, very veteran, very old. Not offend to them, but like, very aged out Buccaneers team.
Speaking of an aged out team, you got the Cardinals
Oh,
with Kyler Murray, Mr. Call of Duty expert, apparently. I'd rather do that than play NFL. J.J. Watt finally called it quits after this year. And I just got thinking,
Dude was crazy.
If J.J. Watt and Tom Brady would retire, they would be in the same Hall of Fame class.
It's just a gut feeling, because I think Brady wants to, like, if he goes out, obviously he wants to win another one, but if he goes out losing, it has to be in a situation that he can like accept it.
I would accept losing in the playoffs.
But not to the Cowboys. And the way they lost it was pretty.
Well, he's just old and washed up.
So, what teams do you think he's going to go to? Obviously, you said Miami. What else?
Jets.
Oof. He does live in the New York area.
Coach up Zach Wilson.
Oh, God.
Or Mike White. The dude that broke his ribs against the Bills. Cause
that dude got speared into. His ribs are broken still, due to you guys. I personally think.
Tackle him.
I personally think Tom Brady is going to stay in the NFC conference. It's easier because AFC is just loaded with quarterback talent and great teams.
No, it's not.
No, I
like
think
half
he
the
stays in the
teams have, like,
NFC.
the top
Ready?
10 quarterback.
You want to hear this? The Minnesota Vikings.
No.
You know why?
No.
Let's say the Packers trade away Aaron Rodgers, right? And let's say Minnesota does something to Kirk Cousins, they trade him away. You have nobody in that division, except for Detroit, but you only got Detroit. You can get in.
You want to know where I think he's going?
I like
On the NFC
Minnesota.
side?
I do like Minnesota.
I think he's going to Atlanta.
I do like.
Atlanta,
like-
Carolina, or Saints. I think he's staying in the same division.
He's staying there
Because-
it's an easy division to win.
Like, he didn't even have a 500 record, and he made the playoffs. Like,
But the reason why I see the Vikings because they already have a good tight end set.
the Lions are stupid for trading him away, in my opinion.
You got Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne. I do like it. Like I could see it. They do have a decent offensive line. I mean, obviously they got to restructure that defense. But I see Vikings an option. I do see the Saints. But man, I don't see him going to AFC. Like I see the Raiders. I'm like, let's think about it. Tom has always been in a good, right here. He's always been in a good team, right? He always had an elite defense. The Raiders were not a good defense this year. The offensive line was not good. Derek Carr got sacked so many times.
Where's Carr going? Where do you think Carr's going?
Tampa Bay.
You think you're going to swap people?
I mean, Carr he'll be sustainable. I do see Derek in Tampa Bay or New York Jets. I do see him. So let's say the Packers do not trade Aaron Rodgers to the Jets because that's the only reason that they would do that. Obviously for cap space reasons, if it'll cut out, it'll cut in half. So I do see that. If not, I do like Derek Carr in that system. Or Derek Carr to the Saints.
I think the Saints are going to pick up a guy in the draft.
You do.
I think the top five quarterbacks, top five teams that have the first 5 overall picks are going to pick a quarterback.
Well, obviously you got Houston, Indy, and
I think all 5 of them are getting a quarterback.
you got Carolina who can move up in there. But
They all Seahawks. No. Yes.
I mean,
Broncos. I think the Broncos had a top 5 pick and they didn't trade it to the Seahawks.
Yeah, but personally, if I'm Seattle, you keep with continuity right now. You don't want to mess that up with a rookie quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll keep with Smith.
You keeping Geno. You add more depth to that defensive line in Seattle, and I think Seattle will be very, very tough. Moving on, I do like Seattle chances. They have they have 2 top 15 picks this draft. I think they're good for a very long time due to the Denver Broncos job, who's also empty. Who do you think's gonna get that job?
Head coach?
Yeah.
Hard to tell. I would keep with the interim head coach they had because
he did pretty good.
They won a game, I'm pretty sure.
No, they won a couple games with him. And Russell looked really good. They're saying, well, now the rumors are like right now, Sean Payton and the leadership of the Broncos owners are like they're worried about like the power struggle. So we don't know if Sean Payton's gonna head there.
If he goes back to the Saints, I'll be like, why'd you retire? Like, I'm gonna leave.
I mean, but
and
like
come back.
But
leave.
it, but
It's like
it,
Tom Brady all over again.
it also depends on like if he wanted a year break.
He didn't even get a break. He retired, then went right to the ESPN.
No, he went to Fox. It's still
Sports.
the same thing. But if Sean Payton went to one team and one team only, it will be the Los Angeles Chargers.
They don't have a head coach up, and they fire him.
I
think he's staying.
It's tough because you don't want to see anybody lose their job in the league.
I agree with what Bosa said about the refs, though.
Yeah, it was really
Like, it's like they get fined for saying touching a ref, but if the ref makes a bad call, they
gotta
consequences.
obviously they gotta fix up more officiating, but man, I mean, I think Sean Payton bought a home in California, because the Fox Studios is there in California when he does his show. It seems perfect for his fit, the scheme. Like, Brandon Staley's a good defensive coordinator. When he was the defensive coordinator for the Rams, they were number 1. He was really good. Speaking of good defensive coordinators, DeMeco Ryan, the San Francisco coordinator. I love like the way he like leads his defense. Like he's been unbelievable. He has a challenge in Philadelphia tomorrow, which is going to be pretty exciting to see. Like if they shut down Philly's run, I'll be like, somebody's got to pick him up because coaching. Obviously, there's a lot of offensive coaching, but it's about like taking charge and like having respect in the locker room. Because if you don't have respect in the locker room, you're not going to lead an NFL team. I think D'Amico Ryan is young. He's been in the NFL. He's an NFL player before, and I think I would love to see him. Just I've seen him with the Houston job recently. With I would not want him to take that Houston job.
The old Houston head coach. Speaking of Houston, Smith. Louis
Yeah,
Smith.
Lovie Smith.
Smith.
I respect the way he went out.
I honestly love the way that he went out.
He
It
was-
was absolutely.
He knew he was gonna get
awesome.
he knew he was gonna get fired, and he was like,
He's like, okay, fine, you're gonna fire me. Take this number 1 pick and shove it because I'm giving you the second overall pick.
I respect him.
I retract my statement from early at the top 5 will all get QBs because I realized the Bears have the first overall pick now.
The Bears are going to trade that back, and they're going to try to get a king's ransom. But I respect Lovie Smith. Hopefully he gets a job somewhere else. I don't know.
Like he was doing good with that team.
Hey,
Like, was making
that team
close.
was fighting against Dallas, Kansas City.
They beat Dallas.
No, they didn't. They nearly lost to Dallas.
Oh, I thought they beat Dallas.
No, I'm telling you, Houston. They were chippy at points. Like you can tell, there's a team there. Houston Texans just keep firing their head coaches, and it's kind of upsetting to me, right? Because you can't just give a guy a 1 year to turn it around. Mm-hmm. Obviously, what Brian Daboll did with the Giants, they have talent, right? Giants
They had talent to begin with.
With.
Like
but it's hard to restart an organization who's been not good for the past 5 years. You know what I mean? And just to have 1 year after 1 year, even like 2 years ago, David Culley, who's with the Ravens, who got fired after 1 year, then they hired Lovie Smith. Like, come on. Like, Houston, this is not how you run an NFL organization. It's a laughing stock. It honestly is. Like
DeAndre Hopkins trade.
no, like see, it's been going on for so long. I'm not a Houston Texas fan. I'm just like it's just you wish the franchise can be taken care of well. So
Like the Lions, how they're getting better now.
the Lions are getting better. Like you guys have to
Okay,
trust the process.
so if Brian Dable doesn't win it, Dan Campbell better win the Coach of the Year.
well, he's not nominated,
How?
which is shocking.
They were 1-6, and then we're
Can you check that? Who's nominated, please? It's Brian Dable, Doug Peterson for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So this is for
Coach of the
NFL
Year.
Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
All right, Coach of the Year nominations.
But we both agree it's Brian Dable's award to win, right?
Okay, the finalists. 22 biggest season in the books. For some time now, there's been a lot of talks about which coaches are most deserving nominated. One coach that immediately comes to mind is Detroit Lions' Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Campbell. There's no
Sorry,
D.
I don't know.
We're gonna bite kneecaps off. I love that man. I love Detroit, man. Detroit's awesome. That football
here-
team is gonna be awesome.
I know I'm going to butcher
Season.
these names, but I think these are it right here. Brian Dabble.
Dable.
Dable. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Kyle,
Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan, okay.
Nick,
Sirianni.
okay. Sean
Peyton.
McDermott.
Wait, Sean McDermott.
McDormand, okay.
Peyton.
Sorry.
And Doug
Peterson. Okay, so honestly,
Sean should not be there. Like,
Well, hold on. When was this article written? January 25th.
that's dope.
So,
It was this
Wednesday.
wait. Oh, yeah, that was Wednesday. Whoop.
Quick math.
Look, I know Dan Campbell will get a Coach of the Year next,
This year?
Yeah, he should have got it. Like,
He's over Brian Dable, in my opinion. Because, okay, look at the rosters compared. The Lions and the Giants. Which one has a better roster? Giants. Easy.
I mean,
And Giants have been good since week 1. The Lions were 1-6 halfway through the year, and then they were.
Well, I would say coming in before the season started, the Lions were expected to win at least. They were expected to be a lot better than what they were last year. the Amaranth, like St. Brown, their wide receiver, Jamison Williams.
But no one expected them to be close to the playoffs. With the Giants, you kind of expected it with a good head coach.
I was like, okay, it's a rebuilt year with Brian Daboll. I was just like, okay, let's see what they're gonna bring, and they were just like 6-1. I was like, whoa, and like, I didn't expect them because obviously I saw them beating Minnesota the first round. Obviously, that game was the Giants, and then Philadelphia. You had your hesitations, and you're like, could they win it? We don't know. But they were overpowered. Their Eagles have a better roster. But the Giants, I would like to see what they do in the offseason too, how they handle their business. What wide receivers they bring in, what wide receivers would they draft.
What happened to Odell Beckham?
He's going to be quiet until the offseason, and he's going to decide when he's going to do it.
I don't know where he's going. I don't know.
Minnesota. No, I'm joking.
If he goes to Minnesota. Oh, the Bengals are in a
T.
particular
Higgins
spot right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because, well, you know what makes sense?
What?
Cap space is a thing, and you can't sign Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins.
Well, T. Higgins is a free agent after this
I
year.
think he's leaving.
Yeah, because he's a wide receiver one somewhere. He's definitely a wide receiver.
He's a wide
one.
receiver one at Giants.
Yeah, like the way he could, like T. Higgins is obviously gonna leave. But okay, speaking of Cincinnati, who you got? Chiefs, Cincinnati, AFC Championship rematch.
Cincinnati, and I'm gonna go Cincinnati Eagles, and the Eagles win.
So that's your Super Bowl. Eagles
Yeah.
and Cincinnati. Woo. For some reason, I don't know why. Kansas City might win. I have a feeling Kansas City is going to win by a field goal.
They're in Burrowhead.
I do see Kansas City finally beating him, but it's just a feeling because that team is just, bulletin board material. I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulders, finally, Kansas City, because they finally have a team. I mean, obviously with the Bills, but like, the one that's been biting them in the butt for so long right now has been Cincinnati. And they haven't had, like, this, like, oh, my God, we can't beat them, like, phase, like, right here. Obviously,
Well, you got to think. The Chiefs' defense isn't that good. And you got to go against a
Chris
powerful
Jones is still
offense.
good, though.
One player doesn't control the whole entire defense.
But their pass, I do say during playoffs, their pass rush do come alive. So
Ours would have been fine if we had Von Miller. Anyways. So
It's okay,
they are in Burrowhead this tomorrow.
I do see Kansas City winning. And for the NFC, it's really hard.
I'm going Eagles.
I'm leaning towards the Eagles. And I might have Kansas City and Philadelphia in the Super Bowl.
Who's winning?
Might go Philadelphia. Yeah.
Same outcome, but just different teams on the AFC side.
Yeah.
I think the Bengals beat the Chiefs, not convincingly, but like by another field goal maybe.
Or Cincinnati could beat them, win it all.
I think I'm looking at Cincinnati, and I think they're the '90s Bills.
They're gonna go to 4 straight Super Bowls and lose them all.
No, they're not going to go 4 straight, but I feel like they're going to be the '90s Bills. If you just look at the roster, new style quarterback, Jim Kelly, Joe Burrow, Andre Reed, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Steve Tasker, Joe Mixon, German Thomas. Like, they have like explosive offense like that Bills team did. They also have great
Defense.
who's that defensive lineman?
Henderson.
Henderson,
Yeah.
Bruce Smith.
BJ Hill on that front. Yeah, they have a couple
Like-
good. Eli. No, I'm joking. Eli's terrible.
Their middle linebacker, Cornelius Bennett, like Bengals middle linebacker, is
Eli Apple's terrible.
He is.
Sorry, man. I mean, like when
Okay. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
I was gonna, but yeah, Eli, he's riding high right now. You know, you can't blame him. Like, he's in the conference championship back-to-back years. But I do.
But he gave his team a Super Bowl in the penalty. That's hilarious. He's only relevant because of what he did in the Super Bowl.
But I do see the Super Bowl being a Kelsey Bowl. Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey.
I I think the
We all know this is Jason Kelsey's last year with the Eagles. He's retiring after the season because he was convinced back to come back to Philadelphia because he was going to retire this year. So this is obviously
how old
Jason's
is he?
the center for
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
how old?
He's like his 12th year in the league.
Really?
Yeah, I don't blame him. You're a center. Your body gets damaged. Yeah. So this is his last hurrah, and I love Jason Kelsey. He's my favorite. Jason's awesome. He's the man. Hopefully we can put an ad to them because they have a podcast, and their podcast is really entertaining. They're really funny. But yeah, I do see Kansas City and Philadelphia being the two Super Bowl going at it. I believe he's his 12th year. I don't know how old is he exactly, but this is his 12th year.
I just had the page open and I was looking it up. But I also noticed something. Conor McGregor could have been dead after the car hits his bike.
I know, sidetrack. If you guys didn't see yesterday on Instagram or Friday or 2 days ago, Conor got hit, not directly, but like he got struck, got chipped off by a car. Nearly, really could have been tragic. Luckily not. I saw the post. It was, yeah, it's very like you could see like the shock of like, oh my god, I could have been dead.
My thing is, it's like, didn't he like explode his shin like a couple months ago?
I think it was like 21 2 years ago, about 2 years ago.
Really?
Oh yeah, wait, here it is.
That was his
The
fight.
biggest star of MMA and UFC history, although he hasn't fought since suffering a serious leg injury during a loss of Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, Poirier.
Okay.
I'm sorry
Poirier
if
in
we say
July
that
of
wrong.
2021.
But yeah, Conor obviously, like, thank God he's alive, and he wasn't upset at the guy. Because the sun was blocking the driver's view, which sucks when you're driving. Like,
Yeah, I can read the quote from Instagram.
yeah,
if
can you
want.
read it?
So it says, as ESPN reports from Instagram, got a bang of a car just now from behind, McGregor wrote on Instagram. A sun trap, the driver couldn't see me, full speed straight through me. Thank you, God, it wasn't my time. Thank you, wrestling and judo also. Having an awareness on the landing.
Yeah, because he broke his
saved my
fall.
life.
Yeah. Yeah, stuff's serious. It's very serious. Even like what happened with DeMar, it's scary.
I don't understand how people are hating on DeMar about that.
No. I'm not. No, I'm just talking about like, it's a freak accident. It rarely happens. Like,
What happened was, it wasn't even the hit that like made it. So what happened was, you know, in football, like if you're going to tackle something, your heart like starts beating really
yeah,
fast.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So what happened was his heart was beating really fast and it just stopped, like dead stop. That's why he stood. Like when he stood up, his heart was beating. When he went back down, it stopped. Like it stopped as soon as he stood up.
Like it's a rhythm when your heart has a rhythm, and you know.
That's why he's still on oxygen.
That's one thing I don't understand is like how people can just like be screw this guy because he's faking an injury.
No,
Did you
dude,
not? Did you not see any? Like I didn't see the hit, but I saw like how bad.
Whoever says that he was, I don't know in what mind you are in. Please get help. Seriously, we work for the Bills organization.
They're saying that it's fake and like it's not real. It's fake. And I'm like, how do you fake that?
You
Like,
don't fake
they
a
are
man's-
actors. They can't make themselves cry on the field. They're like, oh, get the game back going. The dude literally just died on the field.
I don't know.
Well, if I'm in war and my buddy dies right next to me, I can have to keep going.
this is
That's not the same thing.
Thing. I don't know who in the right mind.
It is two completely different things. You don't sign up to have your teammate die in front of you on the NFL field. You sign up to have him break a leg, break an arm, break ribs, break something, not die and have to get pretty much respawned
on the game.
on the middle of the field.
He was getting CPR, and also people take your CPR classes. They come in handy. It's just so unfortunate what people are saying out of the situation. Obviously, I don't want to speak too much about it, but you know, it's lucky that what the outcome. You know, he's doing well. He's getting progressively better. But
I think that is a good place to end it.
Oh, that's
It
a
is.
nice positive note to end
yeah,
on.
so
Nice great
DeMar,
positive. He's okay.
it's great. Yeah,
He's fine.
DeMar, it's great, man. It's great to see you, man.
It's good that you're okay.
Yeah. So I think that'll be the end of our episode 4 as we come back next week for our Super Bowl predictions. Because
As you can tell, we are just got back because we cannot speak apparently.
yeah, a lot of technical difficulties, but like it's expected. We come back from break and it's exciting. A lot of stuff is going to be happening. We're going to do a Super Bowl bet. We're still deciding what's going to happen at the outcome. Yeah, don't worry. It's going to be a fun one. As you guys know, please follow, enjoy us. Please, subscribe to the channel. Follow on all Bandwagon's social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram. Get your updates. Please share with anybody, your friends, family. We love you all.
The more views, the better.
Peace.